Hey everyone, today's video is about why the Toronto market has gone up more than any other market in North America over the last 25 years. So I wanted to look up the exact stat and post the graph in this video, but I don't know how to do that. The stat is in the last 25 years, the Toronto market has gone up more than anywhere else in North America. Why did that happen? Well, I moved here just about 25 years ago from Montreal. And what happened is it's not that Toronto is the best city to live in North America right now. I would still say that there's places with warm climates. I would still say that there's, New York has more jobs. Probably LA has more jobs. So it's not that we're the best. Oh, we're really good. It's that we grew the most in demand. 25 years ago, Toronto was like, there was no CN Tower. The Sky Dome had just been built. The city was kind of barren. There were not really a lot of industries here, but Montreal was going downhill. There was a referendum which sent a lot of people packing. The referendum basically, they wanted to have all the signs in French and they wanted to separate from Canada as a country and have Quebec as a separate country. So the referendum never passed, but people got really nervous about staying in Quebec because it could significantly hurt their futures and their careers and their kids' futures and their kids' schooling and their kids' careers. So everybody moved to Toronto. That's where it started from. And then more jobs were created here, more industries were created here. Cost of living was still lower than in most North American cities. Then more and more people from the States started to hear about Toronto. So what happened over the last 10 years? Sounds stupid, but Rob Ford, even though he was a little bit wacky, he gave us all kinds of media. Everyone had heard of Rob Ford, and therefore everyone had heard of Toronto. So we were all over the place. We were on Saturday Night Live. I remember being in Utah and seeing jokes about Rob Ford, and people associated him with Toronto. We started to get music. We got Drake. That was a big deal. He made it all over the map. Lots of things started to popularize us. The Raptors started to become good. We won a championship. Obviously, people would have heard about that all over Toronto. We had the basketball all over the world. We had the basketball all-star game on the coldest day of the year, unfortunately, in the slam dunk contest in Toronto. And we just started gaining in popularity. So there was a cutoff point about 7 years ago where I remember you'd ask people, do you want to live in Chicago or do you want to live in Toronto? And more people would choose Toronto than Chicago, even if they were American. Just by my own observation. Going back 15 years ago, it wasn't even close. All Americans would choose Chicago. But our popularity had gone to a new level. And coupled with all of that, immigration here was the highest in North America for most of the last 10 years. Like actually number one statistically. So all of that increase in demand increased our growth rate. And on a graph, even if New York is here, let's say for jobs and for lifestyle, and even if Toronto is still, let's say, here, the difference is New York started here 25 years ago, but Toronto started here. So the slope of our increase in demand was much greater than the slope in the increase in demand, let's say, of a city like New York. And to me, that's really what did it. We had the greatest growth in demand of any city in North America, and that continues. There's still lots of reasons to live in Toronto, and I think appreciation will continue to be really good in the future. Perhaps the non-COVID affected states like Florida and Texas and warm climates might see a greater increase in demand in Toronto going forward, but I think we're still going to be in the high rankings in increase in demand. Anyways, it's a great city. It's been a great city. Everyone have a great evening. Cheers.